We presented the renewable energy course online. Basically what that means that all of the material was placed on an online website, and students could access that. We placed a number of videos that explained all the material. There was a voiceover basically with a number of slides, and students could see the slides and could hear the voices and put things together and understand the material in an organized way. In addition to that, we had a number of quizzes that were all based online, and we had exams that were all based online. The advantage of this type of course delivery is that students could basically watch the material from the comfort of their homes, and they could watch the lectures many times. They could watch it once or twice or three times, as many times as they need to understand the material well. And I was always there for their assistance in case they needed further explanation or they needed to ask me any further questions.
The first time I was asked to teach the online course, I was actually a little bit confused. I didn't know what to do actually, because this is the first experience for me. I looked at the website. It was a little bit confusing and I felt lost. Then when I navigated it twice or three times, I found out that it has a lot of interactive exercises, quizzes, illustrations. The second job for me was to figure out how to contact the students. The way that I did it is that I tried to contact them through their emails, and then I started contacting them through the WhatsApp. They felt lost, they didn't know what to do. It's a new experience to them. The whole idea of studying on their own, to do it from anywhere and at any time. So after just a couple of weeks, they started figuring out what to do about the course, how to do the exercises, and things become easier and easier. The first semester I taught the course was a year ago. I had only 22 students. Then numbers started to increase, and now we have almost 150 students out of 300, which is almost 50% of the students. What I always think about is I don't want to have a rigid website. I just keep adding, removing, modifying, editing stuff on the website, hoping that I just keep up with the updates of online teaching and things related to that.
When I first started to think about online courses, I thought that I had a lot to learn because I have never been an online student, nor did I know much about learning online, but I just knew I wanted to be a part of something that would be some sort of breaking the routine and an added value for my studies. The online English course that I took with Dr. Ayman Yassin wasn't as hard as I thought. The website was very easy to use and all the questions were very clear, and besides all that, Dr. Ayman was available whenever a student needed him.
I took the English online course last semester. It was my first time trying a non-traditional course, and I'd say my overall experience was a good one. I found it very comforting to me as a student to be able to solve and learn at my own pace and my free time without having to follow an exact schedule. The website was clear and very easy to use, and whenever we were faced with some sort of technical problems, we used to go back to our doctor and he helped us. We were able to cover good material throughout the semester. We had reading, vocabulary and grammar courses. We are in the 21st century, and I think it's mandatory at this stage to start implementing more technology in learning.
Last semester I took the renewable course. They didn't tell us from the beginning it's going to be an online course, so when they did I was not very optimistic about it. Then as the semester began, I changed my thoughts because the idea of having all the notes and lectures online for me to access whenever I want, in general, it made it more comfortable to study and get the information in. Definitely it was more flexible than conventional courses because I was able to put my study plan according to my schedules, and this made me focus more. Also, to an extent, it helped to increase my self-discipline because it was all on me to not put off things to the last minute. So yeah, it was a very good experience, and I do recommend it to my fellow students and colleagues.
I'm going to talk about the Digital Communications and Analog Communications Lab, which is a very good way to apply what we have learned in the Digital and Analog Communications courses. In this lab, we learn how to deal with modulations and AM signals, FM signals, and frequency signals that are really important in our lives. But we deal with them right now here in the hardware. Like we modulate, we demodulate, we manipulate the signals. We see what the real or the hardware of them is. The idea of applying online experiments. It's a very good idea to apply what we have learned and what we have done in the hardware in an online experiment. So instead of coming to the lab and spending like 3 hours or 2 hours doing an experiment, there is a simulation for it online, which we can do from our home or from the offices. And we get the same results, we get the same values. We can really apply what we have learned in a way that adds value to our knowledge. Instead of being pressured here and trying to focus on the instructor or on our experiment, let's say, or devices, we can do whatever we want and we can like take notes, we can pause the experiment and do it after a time. So it is a very good way to enhance our learning.
I really thought that the exercises were really comprehensive. I liked the videos, the video tutorials, the quizzes, and the online practice exercises. The online course allowed me to utilize my time efficiently, and this is a bonus which any university student would look for, which allowed me to actually see where my weaknesses are and fix the problems or the areas in which I was weakened and become stronger in these areas. The interface of the website was really nice. It was easy to navigate through the exercises and the quizzes. The instructions were clearly posted on the website. So there were some technical problems and difficulties, but these were resolved quickly by our professor, since he responded quickly to our queries.
I feel positive about going through an e-learning experience. It saves time. I can spend time doing other things like reading books or getting new knowledge, while I can simply reach the goals of this course without wasting time. At home, there is a more comfortable environment with convenience and flexibility, which helped me to focus and understand better. Obviously, it was a beautiful thing to take an online course, and I'll recommend all of the students to take this course.
I feel motivated to go through this experience again. English Online was fun and mentally engaging, and our generation is engaged in technology. That process makes learning easier and more up-to-date. The online courses were kind of breaking the routine. They were unconventional learning method, and it's a shift from the lecturing classes to online course, and it's not a professor-student encounter.